Hey, you know some people were just like born seeing dead people? Like they were just born that way. They could just see dead people walking around like normal other people. I know because I have some friends like that, multiple of them. I wasn't born that way, but I did start getting all kinds of psychic gifts and supernatural powers and things like that by accident. So I'm going to tell you how I started noticing that that was happening and that it was real. Those things. So in an effort to cure what I had, which was like a disease that should have killed me thing, right? I started meditating all the time. Literally meditating for hours and hours and hours and hours and forever and ever and ever. And then all of a sudden weird stuff started just happening to me. Like I would be working and then all of a sudden I'd be like, oh cool, like my husband's about to come home, and I'd like walk outside and then I'd be like, what am I doing? Like I would start thinking, I'd be like, what am I doing? Because I was completely doing that thoughtlessly, and I don't know when he's coming home, and he always comes home at different times every day because the job that he has, he like goes to a job site and comes back. Like there was no reason that I should believe that he was going to come home then. He hadn't texted me, nothing like that. And then I'd be like, okay, well I'm just going to walk back inside. That was like a weird no brain moment for me there, right? And then he'd start pulling up the driveway. And I was like, hold on a second. That was really weird, but I'm just going to keep moving on with life, right? Okay, so then that happened like 5 times, and that's when I was kind of like, okay, this is like a thing. Like, this is like a thing. And I started just sensing when he was like gonna show up. Like, I could just sense it. I could feel it. Without him texting me, without anything, without it even being the same time of day. I mean, it could be like 2 p.m., it could be 1 p.m., it could be 5 p.m., it could be 8 p.m., okay? I just sense it. Like, excuse me, what? Then it started getting even weirder. The second thing that happened to me that was like a whole different thing that made me realize that like, nah, this is real, and there's some weird stuff going on around here to me, right? Was I was at a crystal shop, okay? And I saw this. This is like a year ago. I saw this. And it's a dyed red onyx that looks like an apple, okay? First of all, why would I buy something dyed? Second of all, why would I buy something like an apple? Third of all, I didn't want it for me. I wanted it for a friend that I rarely ever see, that I didn't even know what was going on in her life at all, who completely is not the personality of a person who would want an apple. Okay? Especially not a dyed red crystal apple. Like that, no. Like, absolutely not. That literally made no sense at all. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna ignore that. And then I kept walking through the store. I was like, no, like, I need to get this for her. Like, I need to get this for her. And it was the strangest thing, because, like, why? This isn't even, like, this is not her personality right here. Like, this is, no, absolutely not. But I got it for her. And when I left, I was so confused that I had texted her. I was like, I have no idea why, but, like, I desperately needed to buy you this apple. And so I did. And she literally was like, that is so bizarre, because for the last, like, week and a half, I have nonstop been eating apples. And I was like, okay, that was weird. You know, like, I started, and then I had other things starting happening where I was, like, tuning into my friends' stuff they had going on that I knew nothing about. And I started accidentally picking up on energies of acquaintances and then having things be right, and, like, just knowing stuff that I shouldn't know. Like, so yeah, that was basically the introduction of how I learned that shit can get weird and real in weird ways.